Hello everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. Today I am playing with some products that I have got from Darkroom Door, particularly the set of postcards called Enchanted Doors. These are just begging to be cut open, as you can see. That's what I'm doing here. I'm going to use it as a doorway on my page. So I've just used my craft knife with the cutting mat underneath and cut open into the doors so that I can open them up. And then I'm just folding them back, and then that will be stuck on the page in a little while. So then I'm just using some of the white collage tissue paper from Dina Wakley. This spotty one is one of my favourites, and I'm just going to add a few pieces of that onto the page using some matte gel medium. This is a great way to break up the background before you start, particularly if you've got a bit of that fear of the white space or the empty page. Just sticking down a bit of collage is a really good way to make a good start, and it makes it a little bit less daunting. I really need to get a new brush for doing this because this one's gone very, very crunchy. Even though I've got some of that Murphy's oil soap to clean it with, I think it's beyond repair. So this is also a stencil from Darkroom Door, and this one is called, funnily enough, Circles. It's lovely. I love the way that one looks. So then I'm just using my double-sided tape gun, and I'm going to stick this postcard in place. You notice that I also snipped the white border off it because I didn't really want that on there. And then I'm just using my blending tool, and I'm just going over in some of the places to bring the stenciling onto the postcard, just to help it become a bit more part of the page. So then I'm using permanent red violet light from Amsterdam acrylic, and I'm just going to do almost like some ombre stripes. So each time just adding a bit more white to that colour just to lighten it up. I'm doing some stripes going down the page, and this is where I'm going to do my journaling. And then I also decided that I was going to paint inside the doorway. It kind of helps to bring the page together, I think. And then I'm using this stencil. This is also from Darkroom Door, and it's called the Friendship Stencil. I love the bit of text that it adds onto the page. It just kind of, I don't know, it just finishes off the background really. And then I'm just cutting some of the circles out from the white on white collage paper from Dina Wakley. I'm going to stick those on individually, just to kind of bring those into the foreground a bit more. So it's all about building up the layers, and the more you add, sometimes the more interesting it gets, sometimes the more confusing it gets, but I do love adding layers to my journal pages. And then I wanted some figures to stand in the doorway, so I'm looking through these Tim Holtz paper dolls. I've got loads, as you can see. So they're going to be stuck in that doorway. This stamp is also from Tim Holtz. It's from the Media Marks set. It's a great set of stamps, very versatile and useful for adding mark making onto your pages, but I really like that leaf one. I think that will be getting used quite a lot. So then I decided I was just going to paint round that leaf stamper just to try and pop it out and bring it into the foreground a bit more, bring it forwards, because it was kind of disappearing, but I felt I really liked how that looked. So you can see I'm just adding a bit of paint, and then I'm just smudging it out with my finger so that it's not too stark, but it just helps to pop the image to the foreground a little bit more. So once that was done, I started adding some of my hand lettering just onto those stripes. This is where my quote or my journaling was going to go. This is a great way to incorporate journaling onto your page, just to do some painted stripes on there, and then you can add your words onto it. It's quite an effective way to get your text onto your page if that's what you want to do. And I'm just using, it's just an ordinary gel pen, it's not a waterproof one, so because I knew I wasn't going to be adding any more wet media onto there, it didn't matter. And my food A ball has run out, so it's having to resort to this pen, but it works perfectly well. And then I'm just adding some splatters, or pocks as Dina calls them, using the gloss spray in turquoise just to add a contrast in the pop of colour that's there. And some of the text, those are the little stickers from Tim Holtz. And there's the finished page, so you can see how the pink links through to behind the door. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you again soon.